All right, and we're back with the key to the lawnmower. So I got the air compressor, replaced tires, the battery, starting fluid. It has a starter right there. It's a new starter. I'm hoping this doesn't mean that it's not going to turn over. I haven't tried yet. Get this old solar panel out of the way. We'll see what it does. Hopefully I won't have to replace the starter, but if I will, it's right here, which is great. Brand new. There's a lot of other brand new parts here as well. So I'm just gonna hope this doesn't fall completely. Ooh, it's barely hanging on. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna set the camera down over here and do what I gotta do. Okay, so I know some of these have a safety where it won't turn over unless it's like in parking position and all that. Well, I did notice it was in reverse, and the starter wouldn't engage until I put it into neutral. However, the battery's charged and the lights, the ready light's on. It's got new motor oil there. I'm stepping on all of these, insert the key into the ignition. You got that light, and the starter just clicks. It doesn't quite turn over. And then this parking thing, I don't know. So if the starter's engaging, that means it would turn. So either it's a bad starter because it's not actually turning, and I might have to replace it real fast with that one. With the tools that are here, hopefully it'll be enough tools. This is in the down position because I know that's a safety thing, so which is off. The light switch works. The lights flip on. I don't know. So I guess I'm gonna quickly see how fast I can change the starter and see what happens. Okay, so after cleaning my hands with an antique bottle of blue aftershave and a random rag, so I figured there's a reason why they bought a new starter to begin with, which is why I was pretty quick to try it out. There's also a reason why they didn't install it. Apparently they bought the wrong kind, where the bracket is sideways while this bracket is vertical. So what I'm gonna try to do is spin it over and see if I can at least get the engine running, because I can always, I mean, this is risky, not to hit myself, but once the engine's running, I'm just gonna disconnect the starter and take it for a drive. I did find this new spare fuel filter inside of one of the boxes, which is completely empty. So hopefully with the starting fluid, it creates enough suction to pull some fuel out of the tank and get it going. In the meantime, I'm gonna set down the camera over here and spin it over, see what happens. Hopefully we get something. I see the starter trying to engage. This either is just seized, but it has brand new fluid in there, or more than likely the battery is just not new enough to have enough power to spin it over. Let me try to put the starter vertically without getting shocked. Let's see if it'll spin on its own. Oh, it needs to be touching the body. All right. Yeah, doesn't seem to have enough power to spin the engine. So it's either seized or the batteries, even though I charged it, it might not have enough juice to actually turn it over. At this point, I need to see if I can spin the engine with a crowbar just to see if it'll move. And then, I mean, there's a collection of batteries here already, and that one's a 2019, but I had it charging well overnight and it seemed to say it was good. However, it's been sitting discharged for so many years, it could be too far gone. Let's see if I can even get this motor to rotate with the flywheel here. Well, it seems to be moving. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be stuck. I wish there was a secondary way of starting it without amazing one of those cords. Maybe there is through here. No, maybe not. So it looks like it's come down to the battery after all. It looks like this battery probably just doesn't have the oomph to spin it over on top of having the wrong starter. So at this point, is it worth getting a battery and a starter? I mean, it's a good running mower. Once I get it going, probably worth it, because here at Dollar Forge we try to make things work with what we're given. Plus I didn't want to haul my tools here, so I've been using whatever I find here just to even fix this. But the point is, if we spend, you know, 50 to 100 bucks on the battery, say another 50 bucks on that starter, this whole tractor in running condition, I think I can get at least $300-400 out of it, maybe $5. But more than that, I can use it to mow the lawn here and clear up the brush instead of having to bring my zero turn here from home, which is really the good thing. So I think we'll try to rescue it. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. This starter is $72, which is not bad. And I could order it, but I'm thinking before I do that, I mean, I can always return it. I think I'm gonna run over to Walmart real quick here locally, get a new battery, bring that back, and see if I can get it to spin over with this starter before I spend the money on the other starter. And it might have to do with the bad ground, but I'm pressing it up against that clean metal part. So it seems to be engaging just fine. I think it's just a weak battery. I mean, maybe I can even knock on this one, get it lubricated, and get this one to work again. I don't know. Let's just start with the battery for now, and I can always just return the battery as well if nothing works out. So thanks for watching Dollar Forge. I will see how this turns out, and maybe next time we'll see this running, or you'll hear the verdict on whether this is money made in the forge or just going trash to the dump. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, be blessed. Surprise, I just couldn't let this go tonight. I was like, I need to know whether this thing is junk or not. So I just came back with a new battery from Walmart. It's 30 bucks. And then I put the original starter back on. After I sprayed some starting fluid into it just to get it unstuck. Let's get this. Oops, missed. Let's do that. Well, this did fill up with fluid, or fuel, but I have to keep feeding it starting fluid or it dies. So it runs, it sounds healthy. That's a good sign. However, the fuel doesn't seem to be going to where it needs to go, and I think I see why. So this whole thing looks mighty leaky. So the fuel is definitely going somewhere, but not into the carburetor. So wonder if that means this hose leaks, this regulator thing is bad. I don't know, it means something. I'm gonna dig around his spare parts, see if I can find a new one of them, because I wouldn't be surprised if I do. He's got so much junk there and spare parts, but glad that I don't need to buy a new starter. Seems to be working just fine. If only the fuel would get into the carburetor. We got ourselves a running lawnmower. Bam.